Hey guys, Ike here from Mike'sOutdoors.com. I want to talk to you today about the different apps that you can get for your cell phone, your tablet, all that good stuff like that. We're going to be talking specifically about the ones for your Android. What I've done is I've downloaded 4 different hunting apps, and we're going to put in some screenshots because you're not going to be able to see what I'm doing on my phone. But we're going to put in some screenshots of these different things, and we're going to talk to you about each one of these different apps that I've got, and these are specifically for hunting. Now, there's a ton of different apps out there for outdoors and for hunting and stuff like that. So the first one we're going to talk about is HuntStand Lite, and what I like about this one's probably one of my favorites because it's pretty easy to use. What I like about it is it's got the GPS. You can go and you can drop a pin right on your hunting property, and you can actually drop. It has different pins and different icons for different things. You can drop a pin where you got a ground blind. You can drop a pin where you got a pin up, where you put a climber. It's got a ton of different pins that you can drop. So you can go onto your hunting property and you can go and you can drop just different pins. It's got a ton of different stuff. Trails, where trails cross. I mean, you can really make a very, very detailed map using this HuntStand Lite. And it also gives you the weather, the wind direction, the wind strength. It gives you the moon phase, the solar lunar phase, which I really like. It gives you, if you're a duck hunter, it gives you the land zone. You can sync maps with some of your other maps. It gives you the weather, which we all need to know the weather, barometric pressure, whether it's rising, falling, temperature, storms moving in, different stuff like that. And it's very, very easy to use. One of the other things I really like about this that a lot of the other apps don't have is this one will actually give you a distance in an area. So say someone says, well, this fence over here, here's my fence and here's my other fence. There's 40 acres here. And you can actually go to your map. You can actually find out how much area is there. So if it's 40 acres, 30 acres, whatever, you can tell how much area you're actually covering by just using one aspect of it. If you want to know the distance too, it also gives you distance. You can drop 2 pins and it'll tell you the distance from those 2 pins, which I like real well. I think that's really cool. Also gives you yardage, because I know if I'm sitting on my back fence, from my back fence to the road is 991 yards, so I'm dang near half mile in there. So I can go from my back fence to midway where the bean field meets the alfalfa field, and I know that's going to be approximately half the distance. So we're talking 400 and some odd yards. You guys can do the math on that one, but so I know if it's on that alfalfa field during rifle season, it's gonna be too far for me to shoot. If it's on this side of the alfalfa field, probably too far for me to shoot. But you guys that are good with a rifle, you probably could take that kind of shot. So it's really nice to be able to put exact increments in there. So it'll tell you how many yards. You know, say from this tree stand to this tree stand, it's 100 yards. From this tree stand to this location, it's 20 yards. So I really like that aspect of it. And like I said, it's very user-friendly as well. This is by Stride Inc. And I think I've pretty much covered everything on that. Gives you the wind direction and the wind speed hour by hour. So I really like that as well. And like I said, you can drop a ton of different description pins for different things. For hang-on stand, removable climber stand, ground blind, trail camera, food plot, agriculture field, tree leaner, tripod stand, whatever a tree leaner is. Must be a ladder stand. But different icons for where you park, trails, where you've seen deer, different stuff like that. Like I said, weather, wind, 72-hour precipitation gives you your chances, 72-hour cloud cover, 72-hour wind speed. It just does a lot of different stuff. And this is probably my favorite app of all of them, is the HuntStand Lite, made by Stride. So one of the other apps, let me get out of this one, that I've got is ScoutLook DeerLog. And this one is ScoutLook DeerLog by Mossy Oak. We'll put in some screen captures of all these things so you'll be able to see different stuff on here. But this one's another one that's really similar to the other one. It's got a GPS. You can go and you can drop pins. You can zoom in, you can zoom out. You can do a radar. You can do a scent cone, which I really like the scent cone because you can do it hour by hour, and it'll give you the updated where the wind direction is going to be and how strong it's going to be. Give you the weather data, chance of precipitation, projected rainfall if it's going to rain, projected snowfall, pressure, relative humidity, cloud cover, and then it gives you good detailed information on each one. Like this evening, partly cloudy skies, a 10 to 25% chance of light rain, and blah blah blah. It gives you really good descriptions for the current 72-hour, 72-day, or 7-day, I'm sorry, solar lunar table. And so I really like the solar lunar table, and it gives you the peak times, peak game activity, minor, major. So I really like that. Sunrise, sunset, the map. You can plot different locations. This one's pretty good, and I've had pretty good luck with it. This one's probably my second favorite of all of them. It's just really, there's some things about it, like the DeerLog on here. I cannot get the DeerLog to work, and here I am sitting right here, and I'm hooked to Wi-Fi, and it's having trouble finding my current location. I'm hooked to the Wi-Fi at the house. The other app didn't have any trouble finding the current location, but I'm opening up the DeerLog, and it won't work. I cannot get it to work. And when I want to try to drop a pin somewhere else, it gives me some log of deer. Please note date, time of observation. It's not what I want to do. I don't know. It just, I'm not horrible with these apps, but you know, they're definitely easier apps out there to use. And this one's just, it's all right. I like a lot of the stuff about it. One thing I don't like about it is the DeerLog. The DeerLog just, I expected better of it. I like the other one. I want to be able to put pins down where I've seen deer, or something easy, something where I can just drop an icon and I can see deer. So it's okay, and I like it real well. There's just a few different features of it that I do not like, and it's mainly the DeerLog of it. I like the weather aspect of it. I like the scent cone of it. I like the radar of it, aspect of it, and those are all user friendly and all pretty easy to use. It's just the DeerLog part that I have trouble using. The other one that we're going to talk about is deer hunting. If I can get it to load here. Deer Hunter's Edge, and this one's pretty easy to do too. You just go to the home page, you tap in your current location, you place a pin on map, or you can enter a zip code, and you pick the date, you pick the get temperature, automatic or manual, which I use on automatic. Push find best hunt times. Now you're going to go through all this, and it's going to give me hour by hour the rating on a scale of 1 to 10 on which time is the best. Like for today, this morning at 6 p.m. was about the best time this morning, and that was an 8 out of 10. So pretty good activity this morning. And then at 9, at 7, it went to a 7, and then at 8, it dropped to a 4, 9, it dropped to a 2. And I found this thing to be pretty accurate. I was out this morning, and I was seeing deer from 6 to 7, and then it just pretty much dropped off. It also gives you the moon phase, the sunrise, the moonrise, 7-day forecast, barometric pressure history, temperature history, and takes all these things into account whenever it makes these predictions. And I like that. That's really user friendly. What I don't like about it is I can't just scroll through the dates. I have to go back to the home page. I have to click future date, and I have to come on here and pick, say, now I want to change it to next weekend. I got to change date. See, 8th, 9th, 10th, Saturday, October 11th. Set that. Pick use date. Now go back and do it again, and it's going to give me the predictions for next week. I like the other apps when it gives me the prediction for the date and time. I can just scroll through several days without having to go backward. It is very user friendly, and it is very accurate. It's just kind of inconvenient to have to go back and put in the date for a week from now or tomorrow or something like that, instead of just showing me each day. But at the same time, this is a very detailed forecast of that day, so it's kind of a trade-off. You know, it gives you a very detailed forecast of the upcoming day. It's just a little inconvenient to get to it. So this one is actually a pretty good app to have. It's going to really be helpful as far as deer activity and when it's at its best. It takes into account the barometric pressure, the temperature, the moon, solar lunar table, the moon phases, stuff like that. And I found it to be pretty accurate. And this is the Deer Hunter's Edge. Now these guys are having a sale on, we'll put in the dates I think it's October 10th and 11th. You can get it either for free or really cheap, and it's a pretty good app. Definitely one that I use, and definitely one that I keep on my phone. Now, this last app is called the Hunt Predictor, and this is a very easy app, very simple app. The only thing I don't like about this app is it crashes all the time. It just crashed. I'm sitting here hooked to Wi-Fi and it just crashed. None of the other ones have crashed. They all opened up just fine. And almost always I've got to open it up twice. So here we go. Now that it's crashed, I've got it opened up, and you go in here, you can pick pins that you've dropped, and it'll just tell you each day. It'll give you a rating of 0 to 5 deer, and the more deer heads you got, the better it is. So like today, or let's go to Monday, I can click on the day, and it actually gives me information concerning that day. It'll give me, I can go hour by hour and tell when the best time. Gives me a little graph on the bottom, tells me this is the best time to go hunt, stay home at this times, don't bother being out in the woods. Gives me the moon phase, clear, 55 degrees, wind direction, pressure, average pressure, temperature, moon illumination, wind direction, it's shifting, time of year, seasoning, time of day, morning, season opening, I'm sorry. And then I can go to, let's say, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Now it gives me all the different stuff for that time. Average pressure, temperature, moon illumination, winds will be west, southwest, and swirling. And so, really like this one. Very, very user friendly as far as once you get in there. The problem is getting in there. It crashes every time. So now I've had a lot of other apps on my phone and hunting apps. These are strictly for hunting, deer prediction, stuff like that. These are the 4 apps that I have on my phone, and they all have a little bit of flaws to them. If I had to pick just one that I had to have, and I had to get rid of the other 3, it would be the HuntStand Lite. The Deer Hunter's Edge works very good in combination. The HuntStand Lite and the Deer Hunter's Edge are a very good combo to have together, because the Deer Hunter's Edge is very accurate as far as the predictions it gives. The HuntStand Lite allows you to map out your property just a little bit better, and you combine the two and it gives you all the information that you need to get out there and go hunting and make the most of your day, and to be coordinated and prepared and ready to go when you get there. And the cool thing about it is I can take this phone and I can actually show I can take one of these apps and I can show them to my buddies and be like, hey, right there is where you need to go. So apps on your phone are very, very nice, and they're very, very they make hunting very simple. And we used to have hunters moon guides and stuff like that, and I used to do a lot of this stuff manually, and it really was like doing an advanced algebra problem, trying to figure out the solar lunar table and the barometric pressure, the fronts moving in, stuff like that. And this does it all for you. So that's really nice. And like I said, my favorite is probably the HuntStand Lite. In combination with the HuntStand Lite and the Deer Hunter's Edge, gives you everything you need to know and everything that it's going to make your hunt effective and organized as possible. The ScoutLook DeerLog and the Hunt Predictor are both really nice. I just have some user issues with those. The DeerLog, man, I don't even use it. I just can't get it to work right for me. The Hunt Predictor is a great app if it would quit crashing all the time. If you don't mind opening it up a couple times to get it to work, it's a great app. So we'll put links down here to each one of these. Like I said, these are Android. My phone is a Samsung something or other, but it's Android based. And I'm pretty sure all these are probably going to be available on iPhone as well. And those are the apps that I use. So if you're interested in them, I would definitely download the HuntStand Lite and the Deer Hunter's Edge. Those two, if you really want the Deer Hunter's Edge too, if you go to October 10th and 11th, you can download that one for free or for 99 cents, depending on your operating system. So check out the links below, and for more product reviews, how-to videos, you can check us out at IkesOutdoors.com. Appreciate you guys watching.